Our viewers, we're on to Punch Sport Extra today, and I am Peter Akimbo, and with me we have our trusty Eniton Daramola, who is going to be analyzing.
Yeah, good afternoon, Peter. It's good to be here again.
Welcome to the show.
Yep.
So, as we always do, we are going to be talking about our cover of the Punch Sport Extra first for today. We have a lot of headlines there across the sports scene, across football, across La Liga, across Premier League, and across boxing as well. So we're going to be starting with our major story on the cover today, which is Onuachu. Onuachu has been trying to get back into the Premier League this season. He has played in 6 games now. And we've been thinking that, okay, maybe he has, of course, he's yet to score a goal, but he has been making some appearances, and we've been thinking that, okay, maybe Onuachu is going to get back. But now again, he has suffered a knock and is out again for at least the first half of the season. What can you tell us about Onuachu of this campaign?
Well, I think it's quite surprising, that he's injured against, he's just had a little, number of games, and it is very important to keep fit, to keep consistent, especially with the fact that his position, he doesn't really have like a position in the Super Eagles, but consistency in the Premier League would really boost his chances of
deputizing.
Exactly, of even making the call for a Guardiola'S team. You understand, but the fact that he's not been really fit, you understand, in the Premier League, he has not been able to to cement his position even in Southampton, and he has not been able to replicate the form he's brought. What made Southampton cover that money to sign him. You understand, he has not really shown what we know he's capable of, you understand, in the Premier League. And the best time to do it is now. It's just unfortunate that Onuachu has gone injured again. I hope that it's not that lengthy and that he's back up and running, you understand, because we want our players firing, and the likes of what's his name now, Taiwo Awoniyi, they need game time, they need to play. It's for strikers, they need to play every time, because they just need to play.
Yeah, I understand. Consistency is very important.
Exactly, they need to play.
Moving on to another Nigerian in the Premier League, that's Alex Iwobi. He scored a fantastic goal on Saturday, which people have been saying that is it Puskas worthy and all that. Even though yes, Fulham ended up losing that game 3-1 to Wolves, but he scored a fantastic goal, and we've been seeing a lot of Iwobi lately. Ever since he's moved to Fulham, that was his 25th goal in the Premier League, and Iwobi is now 8th among the Nigerian's top scorers in the Premier League. So what can you tell us about Iwobi, and what can you tell us about his performances as well?
Oh well, it's pretty obvious that he's really settled in Fulham. He's really settled.
Starting every game.
He's a key player. Yes, he's starting every game. He's a very key player for for Fulham.
Yeah.
Yes, he's settled, and that's the most important thing in football. You understand, when you are in a place where they love you. You understand, and you actually love where you are, you love what you do, and it's a very good environment for him to thrive, and he's doing just that. I think Manchester United, they are one of the teams that will really remember Iwobi, especially for last season when he scored that.
Ian Bassey as well.
Exactly, they are really settled, and the goal against Wolves, is an absolute consolation for. It's a wonderful consolation
for Fulham.
For Fulham, unfortunately, they could not win, but you cannot rule out the fact that Iwobi has been a very good player for Fulham, and he has been key, instrumental in in the team. And what's the coach's name now?
Marco Silva.
Yes, he knows how to really use Alex
Iwobi.
Well, whether the goal is Puskas worthy or not, well, it's left for the organizers to to decide, because this season is still fresh. You understand, and we are going to see more fantastic goals. Look out for it. Look at the likes of Alejandro Garnacho. Last season he scored the bicycle. This season he scored a brilliant goal in the last game, and in the last 2 matches. And then there will be more goals. There will absolutely be more goals.
Yeah. So sticking on to the Premier League, moving on to other matches, the other things that took place this weekend. Yeah. Moving still on the cover. Looking at Mohamed Salah against Liverpool against Southampton, where Onuachu was before he got the knock. So Liverpool were able to win 3-2 against the dogged Southampton side. Southampton that are currently fighting relegation in the relegation battle already at the early stage of the season. But so they had to face a tough test against the Liverpool side. I know that they are trying to get a draw against. And Liverpool came there, away team, did what they've been doing all through the season, sit top of the table, still got the win. Either way, they can get it narrowly or whatever. And that man, once again, Mohamed Salah, at the headlines. What can you tell us about that game, Anytime?
Oh well, going away this season has been tricky, especially for top team. There have been one or two tricks here and there, and everybody's trying to stay alive in the Premier League. If you don't, you get eaten alive. That's what it is in the Premier League. It's a no man's land. Whether you are from relegation or not, you have to up your game, and it is open. Yeah, there's no rule that says that because you are playing Liverpool,
you should be saying that you will lose.
You have lost the game. The game is a game of 90 minutes. You understand? So it ends after the final whistle. Every opportunity you have, you need to take it. Otherwise, you're going to ruin it. And it's Liverpool need to give kudos to Mohamed Salah that he stepped up the game. He has been an important player for them this season. I'm just wondering how Arne Slot has been able to pull the team together despite the transfer rumors surrounding the key players. Talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold, talk about Virgil van Dijk, and talk about Mohamed Salah, who is a pivotal player in Liverpool. Take these three out of Liverpool, then you have a shaky team. You have people begin to question the credentials of of the team. However, regardless, there's still some transfer rumors surrounding Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
So, but give kudos to Arne Slot for for being able to bring the guys together.
Yeah.
And they are like 8 points.
8 points clear.
So
yeah. Still on the cover, I'm talking about the Premier League. Ruben Amorim's era began yesterday against Ipswich, and Manchester United could not get that new manager bounce for this time. Although they got it against Ruud van Nistelrooy already, but they couldn't get that new manager bounce when they were playing against Ipswich for Ruben Amorim. As Meniton said, the man tried the new system. Told me a few minutes later that the man tried the new system with the 3-4-2-1, and they couldn't get that win. Even though they got an early goal, everybody was bouncing. 2 minutes, Rashford scored. So we were thinking that it was the new era, but however, the Ipswich responded, the Tractor Boys, and they were able to hold Manchester United to a draw. Anytime. A draw for Amorim in his first game in the Premier League for Manchester United. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, it's better than a defeat for him
especially to Ipswich.
Exactly. So, you would have expected, or everybody would have expected, that game should be a win. But you cannot rule out the fact that Kieran McKenna and Ipswich have been really, really good. They have been, although they do not have all the results to show for it, but they have been really, really,
Yeah, they scared Liverpool in that first game.
Exactly. And at least they have a win already in the Premier League. I think it was against Tottenham, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall right now, but you can't rule out the fact that that's their home. It's their fortress. And again, this is a Manchester United team. They are coming into a new system. Like you said earlier, it was 3-4-2-1, as it was shown on Manchester United's official site. And then some other sites said it was his
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1 or the 3-5 2 formation. However, I think it's too early to judge. It's too early to say whether Amorim is the perfect fit to replace what's his name, Eric Ten Hag, or whether Manchester United. Because if you go to Twitter, if you go on on the websites, you see that there are talks about whether Ruud van Nistelrooy should have continued as the interim coach till the end of the season, or should have stayed with the new setup. Well, personally, I think he should have either continued as a coach or stayed with this setup. But I think we should just give him time. He needs time. You understand? Everybody really should just simmer down and give Amorim time. Let's see what he's able to make out of this crop. But it's unfortunate that they were able to win this game against Ipswich. But the question still is, Manchester United have been struggling pretty much away. The games under what's his name now, Ruud van Nistelrooy, were home. You understand? They were home games.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So it is left to see whether these guys have been, moved away from the defeats away or the draws away to be able to, to stamp their authority, so that it's not just Old Trafford that they are getting wins. Let them go outside, let them get the wins. But I think everybody should just give Amorim time.
Yeah, understand. So now moving on to, still on the cover, but looking at the La Liga headlines, we have two right there. My former Manchester United coach was on my mind, but Diego Simeone is now the first manager to get 7 700 games, to manage 700 games in La Liga history. That headline can be surprising when you look at the other teams that are there. But if you look at it, just ordinary Real Madrid, Simeone has overseen over 5 managers. He has overseen Rafa Benitez, seen Carlo Ancelotti, seen Jose Mourinho, seen this man that took over Vadeblas, or this man that took over from Rafa Benitez before, Zidane, overseen Zidane as well.
Yeah.
And if you move to Barca, Ernesto Valverde, Luis Enrique, even Guardiola. So Simeone has overseen all these headlines, and he is all these managers, all these big managers, and he is still there, able to steal some La Liga titles away from Madrid and Barca, steal some Copa del Rey titles. The Champions League remains elusive. Madrid has beaten him twice, but Simeone in Premier League, in La Liga, 700 games managed by being the first coach to do that. And Argentine, many people don't forgive him for the game against England, where he got Beckham sent off. But Simeone has proven time and time again that his style still remains consistent. People keep saying that the Park the Ball style is going with the way Mourinho is leaving Europe's elite ball. Mourinho's still there, still able to get those wins, still able to challenge in Europe, challenge Madrid and Barca, those titans. What can you say about Mourinho? 700 games managed.
Diego Simeone.
About Simeone, sorry.
Yes,
I keep Mourinho still in my head.
I understand. So it's quite surprising. Like I told you earlier, like I was pretty surprised that was he able to to manage that, to become the very first coach to to rack up 700 games, to manage 700 games in the La Liga. But the stats do not lie. You understand, and it is what it is. So I think congratulations to him. He has been with what's their name now, Atletico Madrid, for a longer period. Like you mentioned a whole list of coaches,
elite coaches at all those Titanic clubs.
Yes,
he's still there.
He has been able to he has been able to study the La Liga. He knows how the La Liga runs. He knows when these big teams are vulnerable.
Yes,
and he takes his chances perfectly. It's just unfortunate that it was what's his name now, Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah,
he left at the time.
Yeah, whenever they win.
Yes, I hope that they can win.
One, yeah, we can win one together, because that's his boy.
Yes,
there's
exactly,
Griezmann and Simeone. That's his boy.
But it's still left to see now, after this record, 700 games, where next? Because it doesn't look like he's leaving Atletico Madrid anytime soon. And if you look at the previous seasons, from like maybe last 2 seasons, he has one way or another tried to tweak his system, update his system, to upgrade his system, and he's bringing in interesting players. The signing of João Felix then was really surprising. And
they won a league together.
Yeah, now he has Alvarez. He has
Solot. He has a three striker man.
Conor Gallagher. He is interesting to see what he pulls out, or what he's able to achieve with this crop of players. But kudos to him, he's doing pretty well. Yeah, he is. And then on the last La Liga headline on the cover there, Madrid once again getting the points. Real Madrid strode to a 3-0 win over Leganes with Kylian Mbappe. Their star signing, who people have saying is underwhelming, getting on the score sheet. And while he got on the score sheet as well, it's also very interesting that Barca drew their game before that game. So Madrid are closing that gap, and not to forget that they have a game in hand. So 4 points behind, but a game in hand. If they're able to get the next win, they'll be just 1 point behind Barcelona. What can you tell us about Madrid's game, and then what can you tell us about Madrid and Mbappe? What do you think is coming up? Do you think that they are gelling and getting better together? Oh well, I think I'm going to start from where you left off, talking about Madrid and Kylian Mbappe. And there's one sad thing about expectations. There's just one sad thing about expectations. It's either the expectations are the way that you expect them. It's either they meet your people meet your expectations or not. But I think Mbappe has really put himself up there because of his record. Coming from Monaco,
winning
to PSG,
the World Cup
at that
at 19, getting to another final at 20.
Like what he has been able to achieve on the field of play at his age is brilliant. It's amazing. I understand that Real Madrid is a big team. I understand that they are the champions of the world. But they need to understand that Kylian Mbappe is one individual. He's not 11. He doesn't run the entire team. He's new in this is his first season, and he has scored a number of goals. I'm sure that's what they expect. But Madrid fans need to really get off the what do I call it now? There's an expectation of Cristiano Ronaldo
Galactico
Yes, there's an expectation of a Cristiano Ronaldo from Mbappe. They really need to come to the realization of the fact that Mbappe is not Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldo is his idol, but Mbappe is not Ronaldo. Yes, and they need to give him time. It's just how many games into his first season. And talking about the game, I'm like, Barcelona are not like very far, you know, far away on top of the La Liga table. Madrid are coming up, and they have an outstanding, you understand, against Valencia, right? They have an outstanding, and the moment they win that game, or if they manage to win the game, you know, the gap is pretty much closed. And the big question now is, if Hansi Flick does not win the La Liga, is he a failure, or is he, you know, has he succeeded in reviving, you know, Barcelona?
Barcelona to that light.
Lionel Messi are saying, you know,
he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He doesn't, you know, he's not surprised, and you know what have you. But we are yet to see. It's still, you know, very fresh in the season. By the end of the season, if he doesn't win the La Liga, if he doesn't, I'm not saying he won't. If he doesn't, but I'm just trying to wonder, you know, I'm anticipating what fans will say, because they've been ailing him. Let me not even go there, but they've had a good season. And the funny thing is, you know, that game, the game that they had, I think it was Alaves they played.
The last game?
Yeah.
Celta Vigo, that they drew 2-2.
That they drew 2-2. Thank you, Celta Vigo. They were just like maybe like 6 minutes away.
Yeah, 2-0 minutes winning. Then someone got a red card.
And then a red card. And that's one funny thing about football. Like I said earlier, it's until the final whistle, then the game is over. But before the final whistle, anything can still happen in football. Yeah. You might be 4-0 up, and then, you know, just one thing happens, and then boom, you are 4-4. You understand? So
So moving on to the man that has not been able to leave my mouth, Jose Mourinho, in Turkey, where he is currently battling with Galatasaray and Osimhen. But he has, they were asking him over the weekend after their match, after they won, that are you going to bring Ronaldo to Fenerbahce? And he just debunked that Ronaldo is not coming here. He has denied Ronaldo coming to the club, which is a bit, is not something that should be surprising, because number one, Ronaldo at the age that Ronaldo is, and then Mourinho and Ronaldo had their issues at Madrid because of their egos clashing. Yes, Mourinho could achieve a lot of success with Ronaldo. Fine, a great manager and a great player. But Mourinho and Ronaldo had their issues with ego and everything, and then obviously Ronaldo's age, which everybody understands. So, but what do you think that Ronaldo would want to play? Mourinho has said his own part, but do you think that Ronaldo would want to play once more with Jose Mourinho?
Oh, well, I think
in Turkey.
I think he's in the best position to answer that question. You understand? But, you know, jokes aside, I think it would be a funny, you know, reunion. You understand? And irrespective of, you know, whether they had differences or not, Mourinho, because you will say Mourinho is the perfect man to manage Cristiano Ronaldo's ego. He's the perfect coach to manage
any player with big ego.
Exactly, he's a perfect coach, and he gets the best, you know, out of his players. However, I don't think that right now, I do not think that transfer is going to happen. Why? Because Ronaldo is comfortable in Saudi. He feels, you know, he feels in Saudi. And and the performances in international football is showing that, like, he's getting his time. He's not overstretched in Saudi, and can still give enough for the national team. And I think if he moves to, you know, the Turkish league, he won't be overstretched as well. However, you know, I think one thing that is on Ronaldo's mind now, you know, he said like
1,000 goals.
No, I don't think.
Oh, which one? What do you think? What is on Ronaldo's mind?
I don't think the 1,000 goal is on his mind. I think what is on his mind right now is to keep fit. And, you know, keep playing football. Yeah, he said like maybe in like 2 seasons. But what might be on his mind, what should be on Ronaldo's mind, if I were Ronaldo, is winning the World Cup with Portugal. You still
think that's possible?
Oh, it's very possible, because the Portuguese team, it is a team full of, you know, players that are able to win you anything.
That Portuguese team at the 2022 World Cup was also a fantastic team. At 2022 World Cup, I think at 2022 World Cup that was when they had the best chance. Ronaldo was 2 years younger. Still had that energy, still playing. Just left the Premier League for that World Cup, because he was still scoring goals in the Premier League for Man United before he now left with that interview before the World Cup. So Ronaldo was still very good then. And then the only thing, the midfield was fantastic. Everything was perfect for him. Ruben Dias just won the league with Man City. Playing well. Next season he was going to win the World Cup with the Champions League before Man City. So Ruben Dias was there. The defense was good. João Cancelo was still making those fantastic crosses. Still in Pep Guardiola'S lineup. So the only thing was that Santos benched Ronaldo against Morocco. Do you think that if Santos had started Ronaldo against Morocco in the World Cup, Portugal would have won that game?
They might still have lost. That's even a thing of it.
So why do you think this team is better than that team?
No, it's not about being better. They are not worse off than the team that they had now because they still have exciting young players.
But they have an older Ronaldo, and Ronaldo will be older.
Yeah, but is he still scoring goals?
He is still scoring goals.
He's still scoring goals. So the team is not about like Ronaldo. It's a team, you know, for like you said, it's a team. It's not just Ronaldo. You understand? Everybody, they are not playing for Ronaldo. They are playing, you know, for the glory. They are playing for the
national team. Yeah,
exactly. So I think that's just what they need. Remember the game against France. I think it was the Euros at the
Euros. Yeah, 2016
against France, 2016. Yeah, everybody felt Ronaldo was
and he had been scoring.
But he got injured. Guess what?
Eder scored.
Exactly. So yeah, he needs to be in what I need him to do, and what every Ronaldo fan, you know, fans need him to do is to keep fit
and focus on the World Cup,
and you know, be prepared and ready for
2026.
the World Cup. It might be just his presence might just be all that they need.
As long as he just gets that medal.
Exactly.
He doesn't even mind if he only plays 2 games.
Like you can't just write them off because you feel that they were in the best, you know, shape to win the
2022.
Exactly. No, it doesn't work like that. Anybody can. Did you think Argentina would win the World Cup? No, I never thought they would.
They're favorites for me. Oh.
They were for you, okay? Well,
they're favorites for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So moving on to moving on to national team, like we already started with Ronaldo and Messi. Talking about the Falcons lineup, Plumtra is back now in Justin Madugu's team. She has missed the last 2 international windows with injuries. She was recovering from those injuries, and then she was recovered by the last one. But maybe the Madugu still felt like she should take some rest and still get used to her team because she's in Saudi now as well. But then now she's back in this national team. Plumtra is here. Notable exclusion though is Asisa Oshoala. It is a friendly against France anyway, but so what can you say about Justin Madugu's call-up list? Plumtra is back from injury. We have Ajibade, of course, our mainstay. Oshoala absent, maybe because it's a friendly and maybe they are trying to find other people to enter that team. Abiodun is also missing our Kante. So what can you say about Madugu's call-up list?
Oh, well, I don't think there should be any issue. You know, there's no cause for alarm anyways. There shouldn't be, you know, any cause for alarm. I think the coach knows quite all right what he's doing, and I think everybody should just take a chill pill and just trust what the coach is doing.
Just trust the process.
Exactly, because the next tournament,
that's next year.
You're definitely going to see Asisa Oshoala. I don't know if that will be our last tournament, or maybe there will still be other tournaments that she. But from the way, from the look of things, she still fits.
Yeah, she's still fit. She's still fit to go on.
So she's definitely part of. There's no way that, except she's injured.
Yeah.
So I think you can give her that breather.
Yeah,
just relax. And
what about Abiodun? Our Kante.
Oh well, I'm still saying that there's no cause for alarm. There's no cause for alarm.
Okay.
Really, there's no
So moving on away from the football a bit now, moving on to Anthony Joshua, still on our cover. Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn, the CEO of Matchroom Sports, has hinted that Joshua may retire after the next year of boxing, which is going to be in 2025, when he's going to be 36. Joshua is now 35. So if it was football now, we understand that yes, it's getting towards that stage of retirement. But boxing, we usually see boxers stay on to 38 to 39. Kamaru Usman is also in martial arts, 37. Fury as well, 37, in that age range. So Joshua wanted to retire at 36. What do you think about that? Won the 2-time World Heavyweight Championship, gotten all the money, over 500 million as a net worth. So what do you think about Joshua's promoter hinting at his retirement?
The fact that he might retire, maybe at
earlier, 36.
At the age of 36, should not be an issue really for people. It's about, it's a contact sport.
Yeah.
You understand? I think the issue that people have is expectations. Like people just expect, him to keep winning, they expect him to keep going. Yeah, it's easier said than done, because he trains, he fights, there have been victories upon victories, and there have been painful losses. So yeah, exactly. We don't want to see Joshua
concussion, lose like a trauma or something.
Exactly. We don't want to see him get really injured.
That he can't enjoy his money.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm saying that we really don't want to like
okay, Joshua seriously injured in a fight.
In a fight.
Yeah, exactly. I get what you're saying.
For Eddie Hearn to say that he knows what he's talking about, you understand? He has some information that we do know.
But Joshua has always had two targets. He has said before that 3-time world champion like Muhammad Ali and co, or getting to 1 billion, earning 1 billion from boxing. So he's currently at close to 600 million now from boxing. Do you think that 1 billion is more possible, or being a 3-time heavyweight champion?
I'm not sure. I'm not in the best position to answer this question. However,
if you look at the setup, look at Fury, look at Usyk, and look at Dubois, who just beat Joshua. Those 3 guys.
You know why I said like I'm not in the best position to answer this question, because if I would answer this question, perfectly, I would need his health status. I would need so many things that only an insider can get.
So you think next year is a good time for him to retire?
Well, maybe because of if he had won, if he had won the game,
the fight against Dubois,
people will not be,
people will say different things. Yeah,
exactly. So I think if you read what further, what Eddie said was like, he couldn't, they can't afford him to lose again against Dubois. So they need to get everything absolutely right. So whether he retires or not is how he goes down. I'm sure he doesn't want to go down as a loser. I'm sure he doesn't want to go down as a loser. You know? So he would likely do everything possible, to get a fight if he can. He would likely do everything possible. I think the big miss for we as boxing fans and Anthony Joshua fan was the fact that he could not fight against
Dubois.
Not even Dubois. He fought Dubois.
Okay, I mean he could not fight against
Tyson Fury. Yes, that was the big miss for
I think that's going to happen.
Very, if it will happen, the conditions surrounding the fight now is not like what it was then.
When it should have happened, when they were both holding those belts, when they were both at their peaks.
Expecting a unified, this thing and a big fight, and
and the end up being Usyk, who just came from into heavyweight, and now he's one that is the unified. I get what you're saying.
Let's just wait.
Let's wait and see. So we cannot. We have to go back again to the Premier League once more, because we cannot finish talking about the Premier League without talking about Manchester City, who have just lost 5 in a row, just the season after they won 4 in a row Premier League titles, and also the season after the season where their player just won the first Ballon d'Or for them, the first Premier League Ballon d'Or since Cristiano Ronaldo in 2008. So what can you say? Do you think Rodri alone is what caused this capitulation? Because I keep hearing people saying that this is why Rodri designed Ballon d'Or, and I don't like hearing something similar that this is why Rodri designed Ballon d'Or because he was the best player on that team, blah 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 blah. Because are you telling me that if when Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or for Real Madrid, was winning Ballon d'Or for Real Madrid or Man United, there were periods when he was injured before the World Cup in 2014, when he was out of that team, and Madrid were able to still win, go to the Champions League final. They won the Spanish Cup final against Barcelona. Ronaldo was standing there with his cap on his suit, wearing his white sneakers, and Bale ran through the entire Barca defense, and they won that Spanish Super Cup. So I will be telling me now against Barcelona. Now Manchester City are losing not only against the big boys, they are even about to face their first real big boy next week. That's Liverpool. So this weekend rather. So they were losing against Bournemouth that does not have Dominic Solanke that was cooking last season. They lost against Tottenham in Carabao when they were both using their second teams. Tottenham started this their 5-game losing run. If people don't remember, Tottenham started it with 3-1 or 2-1 in the Carabao. Then Tottenham also just beat them again 4-0. So tell me that because you are losing Rodri, it is acceptable for the best team in they are probably let's say behind Madrid or maybe behind Bayern. They are probably still the best team in the Premier League, definitely. One of the best teams in Europe, top 3 teams in Europe, undoubtedly. Teams that has the best striker, like we call El Laland, a team that just won 4 in a row, like I said before, and just won a treble 2 seasons ago. But because Rodri is missing, they are saying that they can lose 4-0 to Tottenham. Tottenham that are winning, losing. So the losses don't really define it. Look at Sporting that just beat them 2-4-1. So what exactly is the cause of Manchester City's, I don't want to say downfall, because in the Premier League it's still just 3 losses in Premier League, and they are not that far away from Liverpool. 8 points, yes, fine, but we've seen Man City come back from more than 8 points before. So what can you say is the cause of Manchester City's capitulation? No, let's not say capitulation. Man City's 5-game losing run. Let's just take it to facts.
Oh well, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist. But if I were to sound like a conspiracy theorist, I would say that this is being scripted. I would say that Guardiola is trying to make the Premier League fun,
enjoyable,
but you don't make the Premier League enjoyable.
4-0
You don't make
to Tottenham.
No. They can lose 4-0. They lost how many to Sporting?
4-1.
So
They still scored.
You don't make the Premier League enjoyable by
Losing 5 in a row.
But it's going to be very poetic and very funny if at the end of this season Manchester City are crowned champions.
That happened before.
It's going to be.
It won't be the first time or second time.
It is going to be quite funny. It's going to be quite funny, and I just hope that's not the case. However, you not disagree with the fact that the team they have a number of aging players. They have a number of aging players. Kevin De Bruyne, who has been the one of the
main
key
cog
guys,
in the midfield.
Main guy, you understand, is these days he's just having one injury or another. Even Kovacic, who is deputizing for,
But they have Premier League Player of the Year. Phil Foden.
Hold on. Phil Foden has not really
Premier League Player of the Year. Then why is the Premier League Player of the Year? Back to back.
Not this year. Of
last season. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
back to back Golden Boot scorer Erling Haaland.
Oh well. I just think that the fact that they are
best manager ever, Pep Guardiola.
They are missing key players. It's easier said than done. So they are missing key players, and other teams will not just sit down and just look because it's Guardiola.
Yeah. And I think that it has even proven that Man City can be beaten. I feel like now any opportunity that they're facing now is not even looking to draw, not trying to collect 1-0 and go. Like everybody is now seeing them as a fallen dog, and they're just trying to hit at them every single game now. And anyway, like you said, they may still end up winning the title, just like they did against Arsenal last season when Arsenal were going away champions.
I'm not.
Well, we have to say kudos to Slot. Kudos to Arne Slot, who was doing Liverpool, for getting that 8-point lead, for capitalizing on this Guardiola'S moment of weakness and getting that runaway lead. But then that also brings like Slot has not been able to achieve this without Salah, which also brings us to what the news that broke today about how Salah saying that it seems that he is more out than in, as he has not gotten a contract offer from Liverpool yet. What can you say about that? Because
I just think that's between Salah and Liverpool.
Is it not surprising to you that Liverpool have not been able to give him? The man just asked for 2 more seasons. He doesn't want only 1 season because of it. They think maybe I'm getting old. You want to let me to go less, but you want to keep me for this season. He wants a 2-season contract extension. Do you think Salah is asking for too much? Based on how he's playing, what he's doing for Liverpool, still their top scorer, top assister, first player on double digits across Europe top 5 leagues. Do you think that Salah is asking for a lot by saying that they should give him 2 more seasons at the Manchester side?
So at this point, I think it's a numbers game. You understand? At this point, it's a numbers game because you need to look at how much is demanded. You understand how much is on the books, what he wants, even for this 2-year contract that he wants, and you don't know what the management decision will be. Maybe they're already looking for another Salah, or maybe they've spotted another,
Salah, and they just want 1 season.
And they just want 1 season. They couldn't keep what's his name now, Sadio Mane.
Yeah, they couldn't keep Coutinho.
Yeah, they couldn't. No, Coutinho was
not.
He's not in the frame. We are talking about people that made like more impact
At Liverpool?
Yes.
You don't think Coutinho made...
You mention, what did he win with Liverpool?
Okay.
He didn't win anything with Liverpool.
Nothing I can say. Nothing I can say.
But I'm talking about players that,
Yeah, like Mane, Firmino and co.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they couldn't keep Firmino, or they didn't intentionally
keep,
actually. What's his name now?
Mane.
Mane. Firmino had to leave. At one point, Salah would leave. So is he leaving after this season? It's possible. It's possible for him to leave. Who knows?
Okay then.
Saudi League might be calling now. You understand?
For him to have said
and
this, massive money.
For him to have said this,
he's more out than in.
The door,
for offers.
For offers. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay then. So it's been a pleasant show with you, Anyton, today, and we are going to be signing off now. Thanks to the people, my people behind the camera. Thanks to Margaret, to Lekon, and everybody that is here today. It's been Peter Akimbo with you today, and very nice having everybody here today on the show. Thank you very much for watching Punch Sport Extra today.